Hello everyone and welcome to today's show. So recently in an article in Independent, they discussed about the littering in Britain, and today we're going to discuss this further with our three experts. So today our first guest is Ms. Askin, an analyst for food and beverage. Thank you for being in the show today. So can you explain, Ms. Askin, how big of a problem this is?
Yeah, actually this is a very big problem for the environment because it is creating big pollution. To give an example, plastic is made of petrol and it is dissolving in the environment from 450 years to 1000 years. Moving on, there is additional negative impacts such as negative cost impact and social-cultural effects. First of all, clearing up the litter dropped in the streets and grounds, green spaces in England alone is costing £1 billion for UK taxpayers a year. Actually, it is more expensive for us because in order to making just one aluminium drink can from raw material use the same amount of energy that it takes to recycle 20. It's a lost opportunity for the government in cost manners because it is multiplying effects when they do not use already existing products and instead they are producing new ones. Also, if we think about the social-cultural effects, we have to think about social cognitive theory. That means people are adapting their behaviors from their childhood by observing their surroundings and environment. So that's a very important point of view in this situation.
So now we know it is going to cost us a lot of money and it's going to be here for a long time. But isn't these problems are already being addressed? So today we have Mr. Mack, doctor in psychology, to help us know about this matter more. So welcome to the show, and Mr. Mack, can you just explain us more about this?
Yeah, sure. It's a pleasure to be here. And basically, answering your question, the problem is already being addressed. There are bins for recycling in many places, but unfortunately, the government only takes it in a way of a negative reinforcement, so it only punishes people for doing wrong in polluting in public places, but not actually attracting them to recycle. Care2, which is a really good source for sustainable living, reports that people mainly don't recycle because it's inconvenient for them, and if they were paid they would do recycling. And additionally, from over 800,000 reported cases of people polluting in public places, only 2,000 people were actually given tickets to, so given the negative reinforcement, but unfortunately it's still not working, and like we can see on the video, even though there is bins for recycling, people still put general waste into it and not segregate the rubbish.
How do you think we can improve this situation?
We can improve this current situation by incorporating positive reinforcement, so not just to give people penalties and monetary tickets for doing bad, but incorporate positive reinforcement and reward them for doing well, which would help the overall sustainability, the economic sustainability, and help the climate problems and save the life resources and protect the wildlife and save the energy, so it will be just better for the whole planet and everyone that lives on it.
So those were some very interesting facts, and putting positive reinforcement in consumer will definitely solve this problem. But how exactly do we do that? Do we have any such product? Regarding that, we have Mr. Pavel, our sustainability entrepreneur, today to explain us more about this. So what do you think? How can we help this situation? Is there any such idea you have to solve this problem?
Well, yeah, clearly there is an issue, right? I mean, pollution is bad for the environment, it costs money, it harms pets, things like that. The current system, even though it solves some of the issues, can't solve everything. As Dr. Mack pointed out, like negative reinforcement, penalizing people, it's not working because they don't see the benefit of it. You know, they can get away, you know, without a penalty, like the facts pointed out, and all these kinds of things. So yeah, something should be done about this. And I do have already a product that is actually trying to approach this problem from a different angle, and this is exactly what you were talking about earlier. To use positive reinforcement, so actually to reward people for doing the right thing instead of only penalizing those that do the bad stuff and only get caught.
Oh wow! Can you tell us more about this project?
So think of it as a machine. It's a digital bin. It allows the user to come with their liter,
Yes.
put it in, it scans it, takes it in, and then based on the item, whether it is a can or a plastic bottle or whatever, it calculates what amount to reward you, right? And it keeps the item inside the box. It has quite a few features.
Yes.
One of them is it would allow the user to take a receipt based on the amount that they receive, take a receipt and use it for shopping in a supermarket, for example. It would allow people to get the amount transferred directly to their bank account if they wish to.
Okay.
And at the same time, people that are more interested about charities and donations, it allows them to choose an option from a charity that is partnering with the product and get the amount from the recyclables to be directly transferred to that charity or donation.
Wow.
And the best thing, the beauty of that, is because it's digital and all that, it also works with an app. People can actually download an app to see which is the closest machine to their current location. It keeps track of statistics, how often it is used, by what people collecting their data and stuff if they wish to provide that, of course. And then, at the same time, pretty much, I expect a significant portion of the things that go into this bin to be an additional, to add to the additional volumes of recyclables that are currently not being recycled. Because as pointed out, the problem is litter that ends either on the street or that ends up in the wrong bins.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's it basically.
Definitely, this is a very thought-through plan, but who is our potential sponsors here?
Well, actually, as the Independent stated, Britain's cry for help needs to change consumer behavior. It will be, I'm looking into the UK and I'm particularly looking into the government, especially like local councils where they face this issue in like significant amounts, because they will help to make this nationwide, and then they have the authority to place this into high traffic locations, because these locations are public places rather than private locations.
Thank you guys for watching, and definitely very insightful opinions from all the three experts here, and hopefully we look forward to see the recycling ATMs soon in the streets of UK.